Have you ever been in an argument with a friend about who would win in a fight, Thor or Hulk? Or maybe you've wondered if Captain Marvel could really take down Thanos on her own. Welcome to the crazy, confusing, and absolutely awesome world of Marvel power scaling. Today, we diving deep into how we can even begin to compare the strengths of our favorite heroes and villains. First off, let's get one thing straight. Power scaling in Marvel is complicated. It is not like a video game where every character has a neat little power level number next to their name. A character's strength can change dramatically depending on who's writing the comic, what storyline is happening, or even what universe they're in. The Hulk that can shatter planets in one comic might struggle against a slightly tougher than average robot in another. So, the first rule of Marvel power scaling is that there are always exceptions. But that doesn't mean we can't have fun trying to figure it out. The most common way to categorize power levels is through a tier system. Think of it like weight classes in boxing. At the bottom, you have your street-level heroes. These are folks like Daredevil, Punisher, and Jessica Jones. They don't have godlike powers. They're incredibly skilled fighters, often with enhanced senses or peak human conditioning. They deal with street crime, mob bosses, and the occasional ninja clan. You wouldn't expect Daredevil to go toe-to-toe with a cosmic entity. But in a dark alley, he's one of the most dangerous people you could ever meet. Captain America and Black Panther also often fall into this category, representing the absolute peak of human potential. Moving up a step, we get to the mid-tier. This is where things get a bit more explosive. Characters like Spider-Man, Luke Cage, and Iron Man in his standard suits fit in here. Spider-Man has superhuman strength, agility, and his spidey sense, making him incredibly hard to hit. He can lift cars, stop a moving train, and has taken hits from some seriously heavy hitters. Luke Cage has unbreakable skin and super strength. Iron Man, with his ever-evolving technology, can fly, shoot repulsor rays, and has a suit for almost every occasion. These characters can handle city-level threats, like supervillain teams or alien invasions, but they usually have a clear upper limit. Then we enter the high tier. This is where the big guns come out to play. We're talking about characters like Thor, Hulk, and Captain Marvel. These are the powerhouses, the planet movers, the heavy hitters of the Avengers. Thor, as the god of thunder, wields the enchanted hammer Mjolnir or the axe Stormbreaker, commands lightning, and has strength that rivals the strongest beings in the universe. The Hulk's power is famously limitless. The madder he gets, the stronger he gets. We've seen him hold a planet together and punch through dimensions. This tier is named after the heralds of Galactus, like the Silver Surfer. These beings wield the power cosmic, How angry is the Hulk? What about Captain Marvel versus Thanos? Okay, which Thanos are we talking about? Base Thanos is already a high-tier threat who can brawl with Hulk and Thor, but Thanos with the completed Infinity Gauntlet, he's operating on a cosmic tier level. He can rewrite reality with a snap of his fingers. In that case, no single hero, not even Captain Marvel, stands a chance alone. That's why it took the combined might of everyone in Avengers Endgame to even create an opening. Another huge factor is feats. What has a character actually accomplished on the page or on screen? We call these feats. When someone says Spider-Man is strong enough to lift a tank, they're referring to a feat from a specific comic. Power scalers love to collect these feats to build a case for a character's power level. Did they survive a supernova? Did they punch a hole in reality? Did they move faster than light? These are the data points we use. One writer might show a character struggling to lift a bus, while another shows them juggling planets. This is where context becomes king. You have to consider the era of the comic, the writer's intention, and whether it was a one-time outlier event or a consistent display of power. Let's not forget about weaknesses and specific matchups. But put him against someone who uses no metal, like the Human Torch, and the fight becomes very different. Similarly, Doctor Strange might be vulnerable to a surprise physical attack if he doesn't have time to cast a spell. The MCU adds another layer to all of this. The power levels in the movies are generally scaled down compared to the comics. The Hulk in the MCU is incredibly strong, but we haven't seen him punch a planet in half. This is done for storytelling reasons, to keep the stakes relatable. So when you're debating, it's important to specify, are we talking about comics Thor or MCU Thor? They are very different beasts. It lets us celebrate their most epic moments and imagine dream matchups. There's rarely a single definitive answer, and that's the beauty of it. The who would win conversation is endless because the Marvel Universe is always growing and changing. So, what do you think? Who do you think is the most underrated powerhouse in Marvel? Who is the absolute strongest? Let me know your tiers and your hottest takes in the comments below. I'd love to see what kind of crazy matchups you can come up with. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the cosmic pecking order of Marvel, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.